Accountants and advisors sit at the primary point of visibility in a business. You often see the trajectory of a cash flow collision weeks before the business owner feels the impact of the hit. This chart illustrates the paper profit paradox. On the left, the business appears healthy and profitable on the ledger, but on the right, the actual liquid cash is being exhausted by the daily demands of the operation. That cash is drained by specific crushing pressures: a tax bill that arrives before the revenue does, growth costs that outpace incoming capital, or the trap of net 60 receivables that keep earned money out of reach. When the books say the business is alive, but the bank account says panic, you've reached the defining friction point for a growing company. Naturally, the client turns to you. They bring you their money problems in a panic because traditional banks move too slowly or have already said not right now. But the promise of money coming in next month does not help a client cover a payroll run due this afternoon. This creates a professional boundary. You are an advisor, not a lender, and crossing that line into direct financing carries significant professional and regulatory risk. The dilemma is how to provide a tangible lifeline for that urgent cash crisis while staying strictly within your professional lane. The solution is not to become a lender, but to have a dedicated funding resource working behind the scenes as a part of your extended team. Moonshine Capital functions as a modular back-office funding review partner, specifically built to support the clients of accountants and attorneys. This shifts your role from a helpless observer to an empowered connector. And because the partnership is structured as a referral resource, it can create a new revenue stream for your practice. To understand how this works, we have to look at the specific symptoms. Take the B2B client who has already done the work, but has their capital trapped by net 30 or net 90 invoice terms. This flowchart shows Moonshine's prescription: invoice and receivables funding. It demonstrates how an unpaid invoice is instantly converted into working capital, bypassing the 60-day wait. Then there is the second symptom, the sudden operational emergency, like an unexpected payroll gap or a large impending tax bill. For these emergencies, the prescription is fast working capital. This provides access to up to $25,000, with same-day funding options available for eligible businesses. These levers allow you to resolve a client's timing crisis before it causes permanent damage to their operations. The third symptom is the growth bottleneck, where expanding an operation or buying equipment creates financial pressure long before the new revenue arrives. For these expansion needs, Moonshine provides larger funding reviews, ranging from $10,000 up to $2 million. The process is built around a single application. This one entry point allows the client to explore multiple funding paths simultaneously without managing a dozen different lenders. There is no obligation for the client to accept any offer, meaning they can review their options without risk. Because Darwin and Moonshine handle the entire funding conversation, your core advisory relationship with the client remains insulated and protected. Sometimes clients don't need more strategic advice. They just need the cash flow to survive the advice they've already received. By offering a practical next step instead of just a warning, you protect your role as their most trusted advisor. This also formalizes the referral revenue channel we mentioned earlier, allowing your practice to benefit from addressing the needs already appearing on the client's ledger. Having a back-office capital partner transforms you from a passive witness into an indispensable partner. When capital is the missing piece of the puzzle, you can be the connector that puts the deal together. You can start that process now by scanning the code or using the application link to begin your first funding review. Turn client cash problems into better guidance, protected relationships, and